Yo, what's going on? Um, I guess this is what some may consider a pilot for what I hope to be something that I do regularly, music reviews. Been thinking about doing that for a long time now, a couple of years. But better late than never is my mantra. So today, or at least right now, I'm going to be talking about the new Tyler album, Call Me If You Get Lost. It dropped yesterday on Friday. Um, the man, the name speaks for itself. We all know who the man is. He's been around for a long time now, which is kind of weird to say. I'm getting old. Um, Tyler, the Creator, really cool from California. He puts out all sorts of interesting music, and I think he's a very consistent artist. So I was really excited to hear, what this album was going to sound like. So I'm just going to give a track by track, highlights, kind of play by play. Um, just kind of like my initial thoughts. I've only listened to the album about twice now, so it's not like I've let it digest for a really long time. So this is going to be kind of raw. But you know, without further ado, this album has about 16 songs on it. I didn't even look at the track list before listening to it, so I just jumped right into it. Didn't even look at the features. Just kind of went into it blindly. Um, Zero expectations. He's a consistent artist. He puts out pretty good stuff. So I didn't doubt that I was gonna enjoy this album. So right off the jump, track one, Sir Baudelaire. The only notes that I had from this song were that it was beautiful. It's got some really an interesting chord progression that he uses throughout the song. So it kind of creates this. I think it does a great job of setting the tone for the album. Just kind of a little bit unnerving is the word that I would use. Um, Stank face. That's what I had on when I was listening to the chord progression. So pretty brief. Once we jump into track two, Corso, um, that piano sample is the first thing that hit me. I'm like entranced by the piano that he was using here. And then once that beat comes in, once that the kick drum comes in, that kick is devastating. It's heavy, hard. I really like that. It's a nice touch. And then he's also got this like groovy synth playing, in certain parts of the song. I really love that. Really cool. Adds a lot to the feel of the song. Really groovy. I like that. And those dissonant chords. Tyler is an artist that loves to use. I know I've watched in several interviews. He talks about chords and how important they are to him. And I think this song really shines in that area. I mean, he's got all sorts of dissonant chords to kind of keep that stank face on my face throughout the listening experience. He goes crazy with the panning with the synthesizers. Hopping from one ear to the other. It kind of creates like this chaotic energy, this chaotic listening experience. Um, so I really enjoy that. Track three, Lemonhead. Immediately I hear these trumpets playing at the beginning of the song. I'm like, ears perked up, ready to see, hear whatever's going to come on next. It's funny. There's this spit he samples. I'm assuming it's himself spitting. He just kind of goes, and I was like, that's so Tyler, and I really enjoy that. He just kind of does whatever he wants, and I really like that. There is a feature on this song, an artist named 42 Doug. Not too familiar with him. So if anyone wants to recommend anything to me by them, I'd be more than happy to listen. But the important thing for me when I hear Tyler sample, Tyler have an artist featured on a project, he has said before in interviews that he has felt weird about his own voice in his music, but he loves producing for other people, having other people work with him vocally, and he just kind of produces and sets the tone for them. And I think this was the first feature on the album. There's a couple more. I think Tyler does an exceptional job of producing for other people. I mean, I can see him producing for like top pop acts, headlining type of artists, and I really want to see him do that. Hopefully, as time goes on, he gets more opportunities to do so. But yeah, anyway, 42 Doug feature was decent. And I really enjoyed the outro. Really nice. Decent track. Track number 4, What's Your Name? I guess this kind of is a similar to what I just mentioned about how Tyler has mentioned in the past that he's felt weird about using his own voice. In this song, I can tell that Tyler has definitely improved at singing. He's gotten a lot better at sampling himself and mixing his voice really well. I mean, the pitch sub vocals sound cleaner than they ever have, and that's, for me, that's great. I mean, as a listener, as a fan of him, that's great. I enjoy that. I've always found his voice to be so distinct. I'm sure others would agree with me. His voice, is one of a kind, and so to hear him singing and becoming more comfortable with using his voice to sing and just kind of bring his ideas to life without having to write for someone else, I respect that a lot, and I respect it so much that he's been working on it, on his singing, and he has improved a lot. So kudos to Tyler. And another notable feature on this song, we've got YoungBoy, NBA YoungBoy, and Ty Dolla $ign. Although Ty's vocals are just kind of used, they're sprinkled throughout the song. He's just mainly doing harmonies and background vocals, which is interesting. But I love his voice as well. He's a great singer, great vocals. So I thought it was nice that it was just a subtle touch to the song. But YoungBoy's feature, I think, shines so much in this song. I mean, I'm not going to say that he took the song over. However, I don't listen to YoungBoy too much. I think he's a cool artist. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he's got an interesting voice. Decent rapper and singer. So to hear him on here was kind of unexpected, but a welcome, feature. I thought it was cool, and I think that to hear YoungBoy's voice on a Tyler song was strange at first, but as I said, it was welcomed. It just felt natural. It felt right. It was really cool to hear, and I think this just kind of adds on to what I was saying earlier. Is I would love to see Tyler producing for other artists more and more, not just putting out his own solo music. So that would be really cool. Moving on to track number 5, Lumberjack. This song is just frantic, restless. The energy is just crazy, and I cannot wait to hear this live. It's going to be fun whenever he tours, if he does, for this album. I remember this was one of the singles that he put out recently, and I enjoyed it as a single, and I was really anxious to see how it would fit in context, in relation to the whole album. And I don't know, I think this is probably one of the most wild songs on the whole project, so that was kind of cool to hear. Track number 6, Hot Wind Blows, another feature on this song. Lil Wayne is on this song, and Tyler and Lil Wayne have done a song before several times, but I feel like this one might be the best one so far. You can quote me on that. This song, I literally only wrote one word for this song, exquisite. Hearing Wayne and Tyler working together again, it just put a smile on my face, and I love Lil Wayne, so that was really cool. And I enjoyed that song a lot. It might be one of my top songs on the album. Track number 7, Massa. I didn't really have too many notes for this song. I just think this is one of those songs where Tyler really shines as a rapper, so that was nice. And then track number 8, Run It Up. It starts off really, like, I don't want to say really slow. It's just kind of chill. And then slowly but surely the beat just kind of like creeps in. And it was really cool how Tyler did that. It was I thought it was transitioning from one song to another. And I check as I'm listening and I'm like, oh, it's still the same song. And then once that beat drop hits, it just all kind of fell into place. I really enjoyed that. Not much else on that song. Really decent. Track number 9, Manifesto. There was this like sample that he was using on that song that just had me mesmerized. I think they're like vocals from somewhere. I haven't looked up where any of these samples came from, but really mesmerizing. Just kind of had me in a trance throughout the whole song. And I don't know, the drums were a real highlight. I mean, I'm a sucker for really great drum processing and programming. So to hear Damo Genesis is on this song, by the way. To hear Tyler and Damo just kind of, yeah, their vocals complement each other very well. I mean, they've been working together for a long time, so I'm not surprised that they did their thing on this song. And the drums complement and enhance their flows and each of the artist's verses so much. This song was really, really cool for me as I guess, a long time Tyler, the Creator fan. It felt like a little bit of the old Tyler was popping out for a bit. So that was very nice to hear. Moving on to track number 10, Sweet slash I Thought You Wanted to Dance. I don't know if that was Tyler singing at the beginning, but if it was, he has improved a lot as a singer. As I said before, nothing new. He's gotten a lot better at mixing his vocals. And then there was a xylophone during Brent Faiyaz's verse. Yeah, he's on this song. I love Brent Faiyaz, so hearing him on this song was really nice. And that xylophone, which I mentioned, just brought me back to when Flower Boy first came out. He used the xylophone a lot on that album, so it was nice to have like a sonic callback to a previous project, just kind of reminding listeners that he's still the same Tyler, no matter how different his music might or might not sound. And then there's like this synth after Brent's verse. It's just wavy. It's delicious. It's so nice to hear. When you hear the song, look out for that. That's my favorite part of the song. It's like drinking Baja Blast for the first time. It's incredible. And then there's like a beat switch up in the song. He throws in like a bossa nova reggae style switch up, which was completely unexpected. But I enjoyed hearing it happen because it just felt right. This song is about 9 minutes long, and most songs that are that length feel like a chore to get through, especially nowadays. But I feel like Tyler has adapted and has managed to learn how to format such a long song to be accessible and digestible for music listeners nowadays. I mean, we've got songs that are like, 1 minute long. I've done a song that was like a minute long. And I feel like our attention spans are getting really short. That's another topic, though. There's an artist named Fana Hughes on this song. I'm not familiar with her, but her verse was a nice compliment to Tyler's verse towards the end of the middle and end of the song. It felt like a duet, so it was really nice. Thematically, it just fit, and I really liked hearing the contrast between their voices. Moving on to track number 12, Rise. Tyler's got luscious strings in this song. I mean, it's just great. It's a great juxtaposition with Tyler's voice. I mean, Tyler's voice is deep, raspy, and then you've got like these rich strings playing when his voice is not on the track. That's really nice. And his singing shines on this song as well. Moving on to track number 13, Blessed. It's like I wouldn't say it's like a song. It's more of like an interlude. It's a nice way to kind of add more of those theatrical elements. I mean, Tyler is he's very theatrical in the way he portrays his music and the way he brings it to a performance. So I'm excited to see how this happens live. Track number 14, Juggernaut. A couple features on this song. We've got Uzi and Pharrell. Uzi did his thing. Pretty nice. Not much to say there. And Pharrell was rapping on the song. I have not heard Pharrell rap on a song that I can remember off the top of my head in a while. So it was nice to kind of hear that. At first, I didn't realize it was him, and I had to like look at the track list, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is Pharrell Williams. How about that? It was kind of refreshing. Great work on the drum programming. I've had mixed feelings about the snares that Tyler uses in his music. I mean, I produce electronic music, so to me, drum samples are that's my bread and butter. Um, but I feel like I like that Tyler uses um, snares amongst other drum samples that aren't widely used. I mean, there's certain there's certain snare like the chop snare, for example. There's certain snares that you hear it used almost overused in certain genres, and I kind of respect the fact that he doesn't. He consciously probably consciously makes the decision to not use such popular samples. So I gotta respect that. But I just kind of wish that the snare on this song hit a little bit harder because this song goes hard. It goes hard. I enjoyed it a lot. But I need, I just need those snares to hit me like a brick. But that's fine. Moving on to track number 15, a Wilshire. I just know that this song is about ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, and you can do the math on that. I'm not. The only thing I have to say about this song is I'm not sure what happened with the vocal recording. It's for Tyler. I'm sure that it was all done in one take. Um, there's just something weird going on where like I don't think it just felt raw. I don't even think a pop filter was used or Tyler's face was like up into the mic. Um, some people might find it sloppy and a little bit distracting, especially towards the end. But I think it adds some flavor to the song and thematically makes sense because this whole song is just kind of reminds us that Tyler is not a perfect human being, and so having such raw elements sonically hitting you as you're hearing Tyler rapping on this song about some messy relationship stuff that had happened in the past. It just reminds us he's not a perfect guy. So, respect. And finally, track 16, Safari. I didn't really have much to say about this song. I mean, it's a nice outro, and I think wraps up the album pretty well. So overall, I gotta say Tyler's grown a lot. I remember when Flower Boy came out. It feels like it was just yesterday. It felt like the beginning of a new phase in his artistry. And then I remember when Igor dropped, it kind of felt like a little bit more of the same, almost like an updated version of Flower Boy in a sense. Um, so when I heard that this album was going to come out, all I was wondering was what it was going to sound like in relation to those last albums and his older discography. Um, and I gotta say, Tyler has matured this new sound that he's got going on, and I would say he's near perfected it. I mean, he's gotten a lot of experience under his belt. He's been working for a long time, so by no means was it a perfect album. And I didn't really focus on the lyrics throughout this project, so sue me. I just kind of I listen to the music for what it is, what it feels like sonically, what it makes me feel, and then as I listen, I kind of attribute more of the my enjoyment of the music to kind of what it sounds like, what it feels like, what it makes me if it makes me want to dance or if it doesn't. So I will continue to. I've only listened to it twice, so I will continue to listen to this one. Got to throw it on consistently before I get a full, before it's fully digested and I've gotten everything I could get out of it. So I'll be listening to this one for a while. Um, but I'm proud of Tyler, and it's awesome. It's been awesome to watch his career blossom, and I'm excited to see what he does next. But let's not focus on what he's going to do next. I think as listeners, we should just try to think about the fact that he has put something out and be thankful for what he has put out, and just kind of enjoy it for what it is, and be grateful that he put something out for us. So for us to enjoy. So great album. If you didn't like it, that's fine. If you did, that's cool. So I guess this concludes my pilot music review. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so if you liked what I had to hear, let me know. If this is something that I should do more consistently, let me know. I still have to listen to that new Doja Cat album, so I'll be doing that, and I'll keep folks updated. So yeah, if you watched this whole thing, thank you, and I appreciate you. So have a good day.